What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Just before we get into it, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and turn on the post notifications. It's free, and it'll notify you whenever we drop another banger just like this video. Plus, it'll help us reach our goal of 100 subscribers by the end of the year. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the video.
Yep.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the release. Just before we get into it, something very, very tragic happened over this past week. I just like to
I
have
love
a
how you're
moment
smiling when you're saying tragic.
because it's hard not to laugh. Okay, I'd like to have a moment of silence for the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
We did not make the playoffs.
Mm.
So if we could just have a moment of silence.
I'm done.
All right, let's go.
But on a
It's the
real
bad
note,
hair
like
and
this,
everything. Now let me fix my stuff, man.
they're on
But-
the other side of the continent, away from family. I mean, you can kind of understand.
It's not even the Toronto Raptors. It's the Tampa Bay Raptors.
True.
Man. Okay,
Uh,
but
Hmm.
welcome to the 40th episode. Also, our 1 year our 1 year recording anniversary. Tomorrow,
Yep.
or the day you guys will see this, is our 1 year posting anniversary. Give it a round of applause, man. We've been doing this for a year. Thank you guys
It's
so much for the
ridiculous.
support.
It's ridiculous. I went back and watched like some of the first ones. Like we've aged just like through a year.
Like, it's true, man.
Yep.
It's actually kind of ridiculous.
But yeah, man, thank you so much, because like you guys have got us to grow 72 subscribers, nearly at 100. Thank you so much. You know, and now we're just gonna be more motivated to provide more content for you guys.
All right.
Now, that aside, let's move on. Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers that watch this podcast and all of the mothers that don't watch this podcast. You know what? We love you all. Pains me to say this, but the last episode winner, could someone give me a drum roll, please? The last episode winner, Pastor Brandon.
Yep.
Pastor Brandon is currently up 1-0 in the series. He won last episode 60% to 40%.
Guys, I got some good news. Today,
Yeah.
I received my first vaccine.
Ooh.
Hey.
Not only am I protected from COVID-19, but I am protected from derisory, unpredictable, ludicrous, and absolutely nonsensical opinions from all
I
three.
see you reading the words off your phone or your piece of paper.
Yeah.
I see you doing that.
I'm gonna
Don't
need
act slick.
definitions for
I'm
those.
protected.
Pastor Brennan.
I'm
Don't
protected.
I'm gonna
act
need
slick.
definitions.
I'm protected, guys. I'm protected. I'm protected.
All right. Okay.
Uh,
But anyways, Pastor Brandon's up 1-0 in the series, not for long. Anyways,
yep.
Russell Westbrook, 182 triple doubles, passes
Yes.
the Big O. Crazy. That's insane.
Yes.
What do you mean? Who cares?
Bro,
That's
what?
historical.
How
No one's gonna
long?
do that for the next 20 years, I think.
Inserted his Hall of Famer status, baby. He's going to the Hall.
Missing one of these. He needs a ring. He needs a ring.
Okay, and he'll get one if he
Doesn't
joins the
matter.
Clippers.
Well, that's not the argument today, Pastor
For
Brennan.
real. Okay. Tebow was signed. People are kind of mad about it. I don't know why. I mean, like, okay, I do know why actually, but like, because he hasn't played for 10 years, but still. Yeah, Tebow was signed. Jaylen
And
Brown is out for the season.
you also could have taken Colin Kaepernick, but I mean,
Yeah, of course, but not
for
Tebow.
free agency, but
Yeah, I mean,
it's cool.
Shows what the
It is
system
what it
is, bro.
is.
Yeah. Jaylen Brown is out with a season-ending injury. He has a torn wrist ligament, which sucks.
over for the Celtics, man. Over for the Celtics.
Man.
Already
But-
a rough campaign so far, but
Oh, and a quick question before we get into it. Okay. Do you think they should do another playoff bubble to prevent people from actually getting COVID restricted during the actual playoffs?
Yes.
Because that was pretty good. That was a damn good bubble.
There hasn't been that many cases, though.
Yes, there has, but
Yeah.
there's been so many
Only the
restrictions.
beginning.
though.
Only the beginning. Only the
Yeah.
beginning.
and they're almost like 70% vaccinated over there. Like they're
Mhm.
having like they had a 70,000 boxing show that me and David watched.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
that was, like,
Boxing
ridiculous.
and then UFC in Florida had like what,
hmm
50?
Everything in Florida is packed, but it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was a good environment though.
Mhm.
Okay. Now to today's argument. Okay.
Mhm.
Today's argument is, who are your champions? Okay. So this is how it's going to work. Each of us will get the opportunity to explain and defend our chosen team. Okay. We do not, I repeat, we do not have to explain. Like, so say if I say the Bucks go up against the Miami in the ECF, we don't have to explain how the Bucks got there, only how Miami got there. Okay. Just say who you thought that team would beat. Keep it like that. We are also going off the standings now. We are aware that some standings in the East are close, even in that bottom end of the West are closed. But these are the latest standings that we are telling to you guys. So let's get into it. Okay. Oh, thank you guys so much for 72 subscribers. I said this at the beginning, but I'm gonna say it again. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. Turn on the post notifications because that way you can see when we drop another amazing video like the one that's about to come up right now.
I can see Pastor Brandon. He's getting restless right now. He's getting restless.
Of course, he wants to go.
get into it.
Yep.
So let's let him. Let's
You know
let him
You know
rip.
what? I feel like I should go last on this one. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I should go last.
You got home court advantage though.
I'm willing to give that up because
Okay.
you need all the help you get.
Okay.
All right.
And plus, don't forget to vote in the comments and on the stories of me, Mike, and Jordan represent the release, and Pastor Brandon represents Pastor Brandon. Who cares? Anyways,
Yep.
all right. So, Pastor Brandon, if you don't want to go first, Mike or Jordan, go right ahead. Who you arguing?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh,
All
I
right,
know who he's
so,
arguing. Look at the
As you
shirt.
can see here, right? You all know this is the actual LA team, right? Brandon, look, there's a basement team there. I don't know about them, so, but
Well,
yeah,
came out.
yeah. I'm almost saying that's the basement team. So, and we all saw them last year. So, to start off,
Jeez.
we need 3 things to win a championship. This has been proven before: defense, superstars, and ability to perform in the clutch. Lakers got all 3 of that. They're the best defensive team in the league, second in points allowed, first in defensive rating. Superstars, AD and LeBron, they actually show up. Some of the guys that you guys have picked don't show up or inconsistent. Then we go into clutch ability. LeBron, clutchest player of the decade, one of the clutchest players of all time. That's a fact, by the way. So Skip Bayless is lying. Like LeBron not being clutch, that's just cap. It's one of the best.
I don't
an
know
arguable
about that.
point.
There's some Maverick series, if I do
Okay,
recall.
okay, except for
were
one.
shoddy.
Except
You
for
do
one,
recall,
except
of
for
course.
one,
Yeah,
okay.
we all recall that.
Okay, so
You
except
big
for that
breaks
though,
keep
one of the
shot.
best
Yeah,
game
scratch
7
at the
players
neck,
of all
Mike.
time.
Yeah, that's what I like to see.
Actually, his shooting percentage when it comes to game-winning shots is actually at the same level of Michael Jordan. Just saying that. Most triple doubles in the NBA Finals, right? So again, that whole thing, LeBron not being clutch, that's been debunked. That's been washed. AD, I mean, AD's always been good. He's averaging like 25 and 10 in the playoffs. Averaged 31 against Nuggets last year in the conference finals. So that's a man who could show up.
1 year.
So they're better this year than they were last year. You have AD, LeBron, Dennis Schroeder, KCP, Drummond, Marc Gasol, Montrezl Harrell, Alex Caruso, and even you have
Okay.
what? Hey, that's for like an 8th and 9th player. That's not bad. He's not gonna be playing that much.
But did you say Marc Gasol?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I love Marc Gasol wholeheartedly, but he's getting no minutes.
Oh
Getting
no,
no love over
he's
there,
gonna
bro.
play. He's gonna play. One, he
Sure
fits
he's gonna
better
play?
with the team. He fits way better with the team. He's a better defender than Drummond is. He's a better passer
Yeah.
than Drummond is.
Yeah.
Better shooter. Look, depends on the matchup, right? That's the one good thing about the Lakers. They're versatile, right? So if they're playing against the Clippers, you go smaller, you put AD at center. If you're playing against the Suns, you want to go big because the Suns are extremely small, you play Drummond. If you're playing against again, you got to switch it out. So it depends on the teams. That's the one good thing about this team. They could switch. AD, he's going to be playing center in the playoffs. That's why they rest him. That's why he's on power forward all season. That's something you notice. Why they don't play him there? He doesn't want to get hurt. So, as you said, a lot of people talk about the record. When LeBron plays, when LeBron plays, the team is 28-15 with a 65 winning percentage. The winning percentage has been so low due to LeBron's injury. The only reason why they're resting him is because they just want to make it to the play-in. A matter of fact, making it for the play-on is easy than making the 6th seed. So people talk about the worst-case scenarios. What's the worst-case scenarios? They lose against the Warriors. They make the 8th seed. That's way easier than making the 7th seed. All you have to do is beat the Jazz. Jazz are fakes, they're phonies, they're pretenders. They may lose in the first round to the Warriors if we're keeping it buck. I mean, this team.
Okay, come on now.
Well, that's a bit ridiculous.
Okay.
Come on
All right.
Come on now. For real?
This team will lose in the
Retract those
first or second round. First or second round, this team's losing. Second round, if they were to make the 8th seed, they would have to verse the Nuggets and the Mavericks. Those teams can't beat the Lakers. So the Suns, too small, can't guard AD, can't guard LeBron. I mean, what else? The Blazers are doo-doo. And what, the Clippers? I mean, playoff P? Playoff P? I mean, we're talking about a guy who shot 2 for 16 in Game 6 against the Jazz. I mean, we could keep on going on. Trash playoff games. I mean, this is a man who was MIA against the Mavericks in the first round. This is the same guy who barely scored in the fourth quarter. I mean, Kawhi didn't even scored in the second half in Game 7.
We
Like-
can't even sigh at this. We can't even argue with it because it's true.
That's y'all, man.
is-
Like, Paul George has been known for a playoff choker. I mean, why do you think he demanded a trade? Like, I mean, again, AD and LeBron show up. Kawhi, I mean, Kawhi may show up, but I don't know about Paul George. I mean, Paul George has been MIA 24/7 when it comes to the playoffs. That's who he is. And this, I mean, again, that's the only team. That's the only team the Lakers got to fear, the Clippers. And even still, they can't guard AD. I mean, what? You're guarding LeBron. Oh wow, you're gonna stop him 25 points per game. That's guarding him. So it's pretty simple. The Lakers are going back to back. They're versatile, best defensive team in the league. I mean, their offensive rating is top 10 when both AD and LeBron play, which is actually good enough to win a championship from years past. And some of those teams who are top 10 won't even be in the playoffs, like the Kings. They can't play defense. So got the best player in the world, got another top 5 player, best defense, deep team, versatile. That's a championship team. You know, pretenders and phonies and fakes. That's what there are in the Western Conference.
That sounds like a typical Laker fan. That
For
sounds
real.
I mean, it is what it
Like,
is.
notice how you said you like this. How you sounded like a Lakers fan. Ready? You know, said they're top 10 in this stat. They're top 10 in this stat. If AD and LeBron play,
Yeah,
how do
if
we know that they're not going to
play.
get injured? Because LeBron himself said, "Yo, bro, this is going to hurt me forever." LeBron himself said that. That's going to hurt him. How do we know that he's going to stay healthy?
I
How do
mean,
we know that
LeBron
AD 's
said he's
gonna
looking
stay
good.
healthy?
LeBron said he's looking
If they're
good.
gonna be like relying on these two guys
AD
to
has
do
been
that for
healthy.
him, how
AD
do we
has shown
know
no
if
history
they
of
get
getting history. Okay, sorry.
If-
AD has shown no history of getting injured in the playoffs like that. A matter of fact, again, that's why he plays power forward in the regular season. They're resting him up. And when it comes to the playoff time, that's why he plays center. You saw that last year. You even see that with the Pelicans. That's why when people say, "Oh, why isn't AD playing center?" It's because they want to rest him. LeBron said LeBron said he should be back soon. The only reason why they didn't play him is, again, do you want him to play against the Rockets with no John Wall? Like, I mean, that's a waste of your time. They're healthy. I mean, Schroeder's coming back soon. Again, phonies and fakes. That's what they're all in the Western Conference. Same thing like last year. They said, "Oh, who would they say? The Blazers. They're a good team." Nope. The Nuggets. They're a good team. Nope. The Clippers. I mean, they couldn't even get to the conference finals. Like, I mean, the
This is what happens.
Suns.
This is what happens. Lakers fans just repeat themselves. It's like a circle. It just keeps going and going.
Fakes and phonies.
The
Fakes
wheels
and
on the
phonies.
bus
None of
go
y'all are-
round and round. The
Fakes
wheels
He's
and
not
on the
wrong.
bus go round and round.
That whole conference is a conference of regular season teams.
They're facts. Come on. See, even the man knows himself. Regular season teams. And even the only threat to the Lakers is a man with playoff P. Playoff P.
he's
You know
been
what?
having a different season.
I'm
Playoff P.
gonna let everyone finish.
Playoff P. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I'm gonna bring
the
this.
Suns aren't a threat. The Jazz aren't a threat.
Bring
The
everything.
Nuggets aren't a threat.
The Jazz aren't a threat.
Yeah, bro. Jazz is a threat. Jazz is a threat to do what now?
Come on,
No
man. There's
superstar.
come on, bro.
They choked a 3-1 lead last year. Like,
Against the Nuggets, who are the king, of 3-1 leads. I listen,
And-
man.
so
And
are we
they
talking
had,
about
and
the
they had
same
Jamal
Nuggets that,
Murray averaging like 49 a game in that series.
how about we hyping up the Nuggets? This is the same Nuggets team that took them 7 games to beat the San Antonio Spurs with DeMar and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, that's the
There's
same
no
Nuggets team that
Javonte
was like a
Murray.
couple years ago, not last year.
No Javonte Murray. They were down 3-1. They were down 3-1 to the Jazz. If you are that team, that should have been light work. They don't even have Jamal Murray this year. So
So you're like, yo, these Nuggets teams are so bad. They're down 3-1 to the Jazz. But then you're like, yo, the Jazz are so bad. They lost to the Nuggets.
they're
Like-
all trash. Well, they're all
What?
pretenders. They're all pretenders. All pretenders.
Come on,
Unless-
man. The Jazz have the best record in the league this year. Plus, they're crazy. Rudy Gobert holding on the paint. Everyone's scared of that guy. Donovan
Yep.
Mitchell can score like it's nothing. If Rudy Gobert decides to do a little something more on the offense, great, good game. Good game.
Suns small, inexperienced. That's baby food. They can't guard AD. Can't guard LeBron. They play right into the Lakers' hand with their the way they play. They play a slow pace. Lakers love the slow pace, which is perfect, by the way. for playoff basketball. Nuggets, no Jamal Murray. I mean, Clippers, not good enough. Again, that's the only threat there. The Clippers' only threat, and even still, that's still a win. Best player in the series, the third best player in the series. I mean, Kawhi's not even the same defender that he was 5 years ago. I mean, we got to be honest there. I mean, their defense, right? The defense that allowed Jamal Murray to cook them. Patrick Beverly, their defensive guard. Like, this is who y'all got.
How many championships has LeBron lost? Can somebody remind me? Because I feel like
that's true.
He's gonna
What
keep
is he like?
this year?
What,
Lost
4
that
of
first-
like 6 or something?
All right, so you mean the one he lost in his rookie year?
Mhm.
Yep.
The other ones he lost the Warriors
Oh no,
and the Spurs
your Lakers. Let's
with a
stick,
loss.
let's stick to your Lakers because I can't take any more at this point. I can't take any.
Come
more.
on, no. Again, you ain't gonna bring something like that up. That you're really gonna bring that up again? Lost to the Warriors. Lost in his first year with the Cavs with nobody. Right?
Yeah, that was a terrible team.
Doesn't matter. Something
Again,
losing
if
to
you
me, and he's trying to convince me they're gonna win.
talking about, you mean the same? They lost to a Spurs team with Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili.
Old Tim Duncan,
Tony
old Manu
Parker.
Ginobili, old Tony Parker.
Nope.
As
I'm talking. No,
as much as I love that team wholeheartedly, they were old.
Nope. I'm talking about young LeBron. Young LeBron when he was on the Cavs against that Spurs team. That's when he was in the prime.
And
Even if you want
Yeah,
to take the
valid.
other team, they had Kawhi. Dwayne Wade was on his last leg. If anybody saw that series, Dwayne Wade was out of his prime. That's a fact. He averaged 15 points in the NBA Finals. That's not Dwayne Wade. Come on, now you ain't.
last leg,
You're not
played
bringing
7
stuff
more
like that.
years. Last leg, but he plays 7 more years. How does that work?
And what was he, like a glorified role player?
Oh, come on. Don't you dare say it about D Wade.
I like
That's
DJ,
kind of
but again,
true. I'm not gonna lie
in
to
the
you.
last 7 years, he was a glorified role player. Like, again, we bring up losses here. Like, this is some Skip Bayless talking points we're using here, right?
Man, I'm sorry. I still can't get over that LeBron injury because LeBron's been saying it himself. Like, no matter what you could say, oh, they're resting him. Oh, they're resting him.
He
Guess
said
what,
it
bro?
one time.
No.
He said it
You're saying
one
that they're
time.
resting him, and I agreed that they were resting him at the beginning, and then he went out there and got aggravated with his ankle again after I don't know how long.
Yeah,
I'm
why would
just
they
saying,
rush
bro.
him?
If
Why
they
would
could
they
rest him
rush
all he wants, he said that injury is going to hurt him forever. How do we know that can't happen in the playoffs when he's playing at his best, when he's playing wholeheartedly, playing hard? How do we know that he's not going to tweak that ankle again, or it's going to aggravate him some more, and he's going to have to play limited minutes or play limited games? Because if he's gone, they are messed up.
Guys,
So that is
just-
because
just
according to
take
you,
off time,
that's the
just
clutchest
fucking-
player of the of this generation. That's the
Mhm.
clutchest player of this generation. Best player in the world, agreeable. Okay,
Yep.
and he's also the best player on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Without that best player, they have AD and some role players.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what, Montrezl Harrell and Dennis Schroeder, I'll give it to them. Montrezl Harrell hasn't been himself this year, though. That's all I'm gonna say. But without LeBron, man, that team's messed up. He's their main play facilitator, not main defender, but he gets their rebounds, he gets their points. Like, he does everything for that team he can. And without that, that's a big chunk missing from that team. And that's a broken team. And going off of this season so far, it's likely that he gets hurt.
Nah, bro, look, LeBron said he's getting back close. He said he wouldn't be in tonight's lineup, but the most important thing is that I will be there to put the championship banner in the rafters.
He said that in
Stay
Cleveland.
center.
It
in front of
it
the-
takes
He
a
did
while
say
to
that in
rehab.
Cleveland, though.
You can't just come
promised
back.
exactly. You can't just, hey guys, I'm coming back. I had my 3 days of rest, and I'm gonna charge and beat every single team and give you a banner. He
If
said that in
this-
Cleveland. He said that in
Harden-
Cleveland. What did he do in Cleveland? He gave
Harden
them
This
came
was a
back
one.
last
playoff
night.
game. If this
Harden
was a
came
playoff
back
game,
last
LeBron would
night
be playing.
and scored 18 and 7. Is that a James Harden stat line? No, it takes a while.
Don't
he
you
scored
mean
18
limited
and 7.
minutes?
Like,
Limited
yo.
minutes, by the way.
Okay,
I
how do we
mean-
know? Okay, so
And plus,
LeBron's
again,
not-
He's done way
LeBron's-
more than limited
LeBron's
minutes.
not going to be on limited minutes. Okay, we can all agree on that.
Nope.
LeBron's not going to be limited.
They need him.
They need him, so he's going to be out here playing 40 a game.
That's why he's not playing.
But okay,
That's why
cool.
he's
That's
not
why he's not playing right now. That's why he wasn't playing back then in the beginning of the season, right after the All-Star break when he tweaked his ankle.
And that's why a 36-year-old can't rehab from an injury like that.
It's not that easy. He's
Again,
36.
If this was a playoff game, LeBron would be playing. Like, why would he need to play against the Rockets in the
Okay,
end of
cool.
the season?
Yeah, okay. If it was a playoff game, LeBron would be playing. But if it was a playoff game, LeBron's playing 40 minutes. He's putting so much stress on that ankle, which he claims, and I will keep bringing up this point, which he
Mhm.
claims is bad. He said it's hurting him forever, and it's going to be a
One
constant issue.
time he said
One
that.
time he said that. One time he said that. It's
He's
true.
throwing meat to
But
the
one
media.
time is all
He's
we
throwing
need to
meat to
hear
the
because
media.
that's LeBron James talking about his own body, and he's not 100% confident about.
LeBron said that multiple times and he's come back. So
Okay,
LeBron's
yeah.
throwing meat to the
But
media.
he's still gotten injured again. And he
He's
might do it in the
trying to show
playoffs
the
this year if he's
narrative.
playing 40
He's trying
minutes.
to hype
And he's
up this
going to get
narrative.
injured. Because if he gets
LeBron
injured
does
in
this
the
all the
playoffs,
time.
this is
You know
most
LeBron
what?
does
likely
this all the
dead.
time. LeBron does this all the time. He puts a narrative out there.
For a Lakers
and
fan, why are
dominate.
you wearing Clippers colors underneath the Lakers jersey? I'm just putting it out there. Right now. Is that a Clippers
That's
t-shirt?
okay. Let's get
Come
this
on.
straight. Pastor
Y'all
Brandon likes to put out the one-liners. That's not a rebuttal. Okay,
No,
Pastor
of all,
Brandon.
I just
So
want
back
to know.
Clippers
down.
haven't gone to
I
the
just wanna know,
conference
is that a-
finals.
is that a-
Clippers
is that
haven't
a
gone to the
Clippers
conference
shirt?
finals, right?
Is that a Clippers shirt underneath there? I just want to know.
No, it's not a Clippers shirt. Why would I wear a shirt then? The basement team. They haven't even got to conference
You know,
finals.
sometimes the truth hurts, and I feel like that might be a Clippers shirt over there. And you're
Cool,
not.
they haven't been in the conference finals, but the Lakers got to the conference finals in the bubble. You know what? I might be contradicting to myself by saying this, but you want to know what? I've seen a lot of evidence that that's a Mickey Mouse championship, bro. It's much easier, and it might be even
Mickey
easier
Mouse.
this year because of COVID. So if they win,
Mickey Mouse championship.
Mickey Mouse championship.
Again, they made
The bubble
every
MVP
team-
was a Mickey Mouse trophy.
But who cares about that? We're not talking about the bubble MVP. Again, these were the teams that people were hyping up, particularly the Blazers and the Nuggets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Charles Barkley say the Blazers were going to sweep?
Okay, bro. First
Lakers
of all,
after
let's
day
listen
one?
here. Okay, that's Charles Barkley. Okay, Charles Barkley makes outrageous statement. Charles, if you ever see this, I love you wholeheartedly, but bro, you make some stupid statements, and we know it's for entertainment. Come on now.
Didn't they say they were going to challenge them? That
Earl.
Dame was going to show up? Didn't they say that the Nuggets, they were going to do something competitive? Oh, they beat the Clippers, right? Oh, they were going to do something competitive, weren't they?
This is the third lap, by the way. We're on third lap right now with Jordan.
Again, there's nothing to say here. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over.
I think we should move on at this
Basement
point.
team-
This is-
We
this
talk
is-
about Pastor
defense,
Brandon repeating
first
himself, and
round
Jordan's like,
exit.
oh, the Clippers have never gone to the conference finals, and the Jazz aren't the threat. Like, that's
Third.
what you're saying, bro. I'm talking about injuries. Pastor Brandon, you
Mhm.
haven't said anything. I want to hear what you have to say about this, because I know you have some good stuff. You always love to start with stuff.
Well, guys, first, I just want to let you know, I'm a man of the Lord. And I know not everyone
Pastor
agrees.
Brandon.
I know not everyone agrees, but
Amen.
I'm a man of redemption. Okay,
Man,
this
no way
this
he's bold
book
about
here
it.
has taught me a lot about redemption. And
Oh.
I must say, one of the things in this great book that I live my life by says that I must take the log out of my own eye before I take the speck out of somebody else's. And I'm going to admit here today that I was not a Paul George lover. I've never been a fan of Paul George because of the exact reasons that Jordan brought up, that he is not clutch. But I have this to say today, my friends. Redemption has arrived to the LA Clippers. Braided Paul George is coming to win a championship this year. He has done his hair just like Kawhi Leonard, and
He
they,
quoted scripture.
they
Yep.
are going to be the tag.
That's not
They are
that's
going
not
to,
just redemption from last year. That's redemption from a
His entire
franchise
career.
full of absolute disaster.
Okay, but the franchise isn't their fault, bro.
They're
redemption
literally cursed.
from beginning to the end of my book here, the Holy Bible. There is a story of redemption for everyone, and I believe this is Paul George's year for redemption, and I believe Kawhi Leonard will help him. And I'm going to just explain why it's going to be an easy path to the finals. I'm starting always with the Suns. We got Chris Paul and Booker leading the charge in the Western Conference. I got news for you guys. Don't know if you know this already, but Devin Booker hasn't been in the playoffs at all recently.
Correct. I agree.
Ever. He's never been in the playoffs, and he's going to be led by somebody who's never taken his team over the edge. Chris Paul is one of the biggest flops in the NBA, and so I don't see them going anywhere. I could see them getting knocked out first round, just inexperiences there. We have the Jazz. I know, David, you were complaining about the Jazz. How is Jordan like undersizing the Jazz? Let's be honest here. The Jazz don't have a top 10 player. The last team to win a championship without a top 10 player is the Detroit Pistons. The Jazz are not the Detroit Pistons. The last time before that,
Oh, that's kind of valid.
1979 is the last time somebody won a championship without a top 10 player. So besides the Detroit Pistons 2004, I don't see that happening again. The Jazz are way overhyped for what they are. Donovan Mitchell will not be able to carry the team through. You have the Lakers, who, of course, The man below me wearing the Clippers t-shirt under his Lakers uniform has. Let's be honest here. You guys are forgetting the main person that helped the Lakers win the championship last year. Rajon Rondo is on our team now.
I like that, Pastor Brandon. For the first time, I can proclaim for everyone to hear. I like that statement. Continue.
David, I don't.
Lakers stole the best point guard in the series. Best point guard in the series, which is LeBron. Remember that.
Pastor Brandon, just keep going. Keep going, Pastor Brandon. Keep going.
In the series. Remember that.
Rondo is a major key to the success of last year's Lakers championship, and he will be a major key to the LA Clippers' journey to championship victories this year. I am excited to see what Rajon does against everyone on the Lakers team. If they do collide, this will be great because Rajon will expose every weak part of the Lakers system and game. He is that great of a point guard. He's probably one of the most underrated point guards in NBA history. And I'm hoping that he is going to help Kawhi and Paul George bring redemption. And you know what? I just want to say this. The Eastern Conference is weak. Let's just put it out there, okay? The Eastern Conference,
weaker than the West.
Feels like anyone from 1st to 8th is not really a first place contender. Let's be honest, right? Nobody feels like they are going to dominate, and anyone that makes it from the Eastern Conference is a total wipe. There's no way that Giannis could take care of Kawhi. Kawhi is the glove. He is everything, and he is coming. I hate to bring up Jordan's teams because he's such a LeBron person, but LeBron doesn't win his first year when he switches teams. He wins the second year. That's Kawhi Leonard right now. That's Paul George right now. It's just playing together. This is the year that they put it together. And I'm going all the way with redemption, baby. Redemption from the Bible in my life. Redemption for the Clippers in the NBA life of all time. Clippers taking it this year.
It's a man of God talking.
Let's
the Bible.
But you did bring up Rajon Rondo. His matchup would be who? Who's defending him?
You know what? I'll even bring I'll give him. Let's say the Nets make it to the NBA Finals. Let's very hypothetical, by the way.
That is Mike's point. Yeah.
Okay.
There's playoff Rondo and there's regular season. And then you know what I also know? There's playoff Harden and there's regular season Harden. And I'm picking playoff Rondo all day long when it comes to meeting in the finals.
That's not the matchup. Kyrie is the matchup, and he's a clutch player no matter what you guys say.
Rajon Rondo's clutch too.
Never know. Kyrie.
He's also like 35.
Well, we never know if Kyrie's going to make it. This guy is game to game, every season, game to game. You never know when he's going to just turn around and say, you know what, I don't feel like playing today, or maybe he actually gets hurt for real. But either way, we can't trust that Kyrie's going to make it all the way to the finals. I'm just putting it out there, guys. Wow.
I'm not going to lie to you, man. I had this whole rebuttal against the Clippers, and the first time in the release history, I could say, man, Pastor Brandon is providing a valid point here, guys.
Okay, let's springboard off this point. You brought up the Nets. Let's kind of transition there, no?
Sure.
Now that we're talking about the Nets, let's come into my point, okay? So this is my early chip prediction, and it is for
argue
the
Brandon's
Brooklyn
later,
Nets.
Gotta make sure.
Yes, this is for the Brooklyn Nets. This pains me to do. This actually, I've slandered this team so hard on this podcast. It's actually ridiculous.
Oh, yeah,
I wanted a bit of variation. I didn't want to go too Western Conference heavy, so we're switching it back to who I think has the best chance in the Eastern Conference. For you people out there, soccer is the bigger sport, okay? I'm going to compare this Nets team to a soccer team. Manchester City. They got a ton of money, but where's Manchester City? They just won the league, then the Champions League final. Money buys championships. Okay? That's known. In today's sports landscape, money conquers all. Conor McGregor doesn't fight massive championship fights. He fights sleeper fights against big talkers to get the money, okay? It's all about the money. The Nets have the money. Let's get that out there, okay? And they will win the Larry O.B. for 3 reasons. Reason 1, coaching staff, okay? I wanted to tackle this first, okay? You guys say, Steve Nash, he's not a great coach.
Hold on,
First
wait,
season,
wait,
he's a figurehead.
Give me one sec. Give me one sec. I just want people to go back a few episodes, and I want them to listen to what I said about Steve Nash, and then come back and listen to what you're about to say. That's all. I just want to put that out there right now.
Okay,
You want to know what? You want to know what? I'll put the video link right here.
Perfect.
It's
Go ahead.
it hasn't happened yet. Okay.
Okay.
He was a great leader, great on-court leader, and he's done pretty well with load management, keeping players off the court for a while, resting them up, and I believe they will all be healthy as they are now, but conditioned and ready for this playoffs. Okay.
You think Steve Nash is the one keeping the players off the courts? The players are the players keeping themselves off the courts, man. Money wins championships, but attitudes don't win championships, bro. Those guys are pissy.
Yeah,
it's called load management. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's called load management. Come on, it's called bad attitudes.
They got 2 assistant coaches that are perfectly suited for this team, which is Jacques Vaughn and Mike D'Antoni. They have like 30 years of experience between them. Mike D'Antoni is like a EuroLeague god, 2-time coach of the year, best for their system, for their offensive system.
Playoff choker.
So
playoff choker.
Say it again, Jordan. Say it again.
It does. Hey,
yeah, Steve
are
Nash,
the coaches? Wait, are the
James Harden?
Wait. Are the coaches on the court or are the players on the court? We
He's
got players on the court
behind
that
it
do
all,
not
though.
choke.
Nope. Oh, he's the one who draws a game plan that doesn't work. Remember, he's the one who forced James Harden into his play style. James Harden was an MVP candidate before Mike D'Antoni went there. More efficient, by the way, and more suitable to play in the playoffs. Now he changes the play style, makes it about shooting threes, and they're still using the same play style. They rely way too much on jump shots, which has been proven before. Again, unless you're going to have some paint presence in there.
They also score 120 points a game.
And look how much.
How many points do they allow? Yeah, my exact same rebuttal. How many points do they allow a game?
How many games do they win? They're second in the East.
How many games did the big three play together?
They've still won 47 games. They've still won 47 games with people hurt, with people on the sidelines.
Cool.
And that is attached to their team, okay?
They won 47 games with load management, but that's seven out of the 47 games are only, I'm not even sure if the big three won all 7 of their games together. That big three has only played 7 games together total this entire season, and it's going to stay like that this entire season. Chemistry.
They are big players. They do not need this chemistry. They are big players.
Oh, come on.
That rise.
Everyone needs chemistry. Everyone needs
Warriors
chemistry.
Needed chemistry. So.
Hey,
you can't just play someone on a team and be like, hey, play together, win me a championship, but only play 7 games in the regular season together. That's not how that works.
Mike, answer me this question. Okay. Whenever there's been a big 3 team, let's D Wade, LeBron James, Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
We have, Celtics, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen. Who else?
It takes them a while to win a championship. I understand.
That's not my point.
Okay.
Every big 3 team, everyone knows who's going to take the final shot.
Damn.
The Warriors, even on the Warriors, whether it was before Kevin Durant or after, everyone knew if it was without Kevin Durant, Steph Curry is going to get the shot. With Kevin Durant gets the shot. LeBron James was not taking game winners in Miami. It was going to go to D Wade in the beginning. In the Celtics, it's obviously Ray Allen. There's 3 people on the Nets who are going to actually fight for that last shot. They're going to actually fight for that last shot. And I can see them blowing up in the playoffs because all 3 of them want to take that last shot.
You guys talk. Okay, yeah, I will answer. Okay, you guys talk about this combustion, this leaving their players off. They've beaten the who's who of this league. They've held teams to under 100 points several times, despite this non-existent.
Several out of 72. Several out of 72.
They play them all the time.
Okay,
here we go. Celtics twice, Lakers, Clippers, both your teams, the Suns, the Sixers, the Bucks, and they slapped the Jazz by 36.
Didn't they lose to the Lakers though without LeBron and AD?
They've lost, but they've proven they can win shorthanded. They've proven they can win shorthanded.
The Nets made Drummond look like Hakeem Olajuwon.
Damn.
That's how bad the defense
losing to the Cavs twice in a row.
You made Colin Sexton look like Clyde Drexler.
And back to Brandon's point, man, these guys are going to fight over the last ball, and they haven't had the 72 games together. You know what? I'll say they had to at least play 50 together, not even 40 together, and they haven't even had that 40. They haven't even had double-digit numbers games together to decide who's going to take that final shot. That's 5 guys.
Okay.
Pass me the ball, and then someone misses the shot, and they complain about it. That is a locker room cancer. Like,
Wait, let me add one more point before Mike goes in.
Okay.
When
Yeah,
it comes
because
to the
I still
Nets,
got
right?
I still got some
Why
stuff to read.
is it that KD is taking the least amount of shots on the team?
huh?
Let's talk about actual
50,
coaching
49
decisions
shooter taking the
and
least amount of
some
shots.
basketball IQ. Why is KD
They
taking
got
the
two
least amount
50,
of
40,
shots?
90 shooters as well, but okay.
So then his point. KD should be taking the most amount of shots. Even the Warriors knew that. KD takes the third most amount of shots when they're all playing together. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Can't have that.
That's a problem.
Why is that a problem when you have two world-class players in front of you?
Because Kevin
It doesn't
Durant's
matter.
better than both of them.
That's the whole
Yeah.
point. It's principle. It's
But it doesn't
principle.
matter. It really doesn't matter who takes the shot.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
And
Kyrie has
Yes,
the same shooting
Okay,
numbers.
cool.
Kyrie has the exact. Wait, whoa. You can raise your voice. Kyrie has the exact same shooting numbers. He is 50, 40, 90 as well.
Not about the
Why not
efficiency,
give it
it's
to
about,
him? Why not give the ball to him?
But who's the better scorer though?
James Harden has to prove he's the guy. He's the only one without a ring on that big three.
Mhm.
And he's going to want that so bad.
Mhm.
And he's going to choke it because he's just going to be
Question, man.
exerting so much.
I can literally
Third
see.
attempts.
Imagine this: the Brooklyn Nets. 5 seconds left. NBA Finals. Game winner shot goes to them. If
This
James
is such a
Harden-
hypothetical. This is such a hypothetical,
if
Pastor
James
Brandon.
Harden hits it, he's got his hands in the air. If Kyrie or KD hits it, his face is straight. That's him. That's James Harden.
No, that's a championship.
No.
Okay.
He ain't celebrating.
That's a hypothetical. You can assume all you want about a player. Anyway, that's kind of redundant. I'm gonna keep going. Okay.
It's true.
Keep going, keep going.
Move on.
Okay. They are playoff performers. Obviously, Harden hasn't been able to do it, but they all improve on their numbers in the playoffs. They all do it. KD improves on his numbers with the usage of Steph and Clay beside him. Kyrie is clutch. He hit that 3 in Game 7 over Steph.
Choked
That's a
against the
massive
Bucks
moment.
though. Choked against the Bucks though.
Ooh.
Oh my
Why-
God,
why-
it's one season. All these players have choked. All these players have choked.
helps.
But
it
he was
helps,
meant to be the leader. He was meant to be the leader. He had pressure on him.
easier
that
to-
year. He had
Everyone has
pressure on him
choked.
that year.
These are one season. This is ridiculous. You can't just come out.
How
That's
is
not a
Kyrie
rebuttal.
gonna feel in the playoffs when he needs to be the what is he, the Alfred? He's not even the Robin on the
He
team.
might not even make it. He might just feel like he's not. I don't want to play tonight.
That's also
Yeah, bro.
a hypothetical. That makes literally no sense because
said
you
this
have
earlier,
no
man.
idea how that works.
Kyrie's supposed
he
to be
went
the
to a Game
Batman, and
7
now he's a
against the-
freaking Alfred.
Yep.
Okay?
He went to the Game 7 against the best team of our time, that Golden State Warriors team, and won. Shot a 3 in the face of the best point guard in the league.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Like these
Okay.
hypotheticals are redundant.
What's he
Okay,
done
Okay.
they
since?
are all.
Hold on.
Two of them.
Was he-
Okay, wait. Two of these players are 50, 40, 90 shooters. They are They have multiple double-digit players on the bench, players that collect the rebounds, and a 3-point stud in Joe Harris. Every team needs a 3-point stud on that outside of the line to get them extra points. That is Joe Harris with 47% 3-point shooting. Okay. My last reason, this is the final reason, is a Dookie Eastern Conference. Okay. These guys have the talent to turn it up against these teams. They have showed it time and time again against these teams. They have bad playing teams that they are likely going to face. And I think it's a good road to the finals for a first season team, and maybe even a chip. You never know.
I don't see it. Hypothetically, I could see. Obviously, I could see the Nets going to the finals. My Clippers blowing past everyone else in the West. But
Again, hypothetical sounds great, but not
No,
going to happen.
so you were asking me who guards Kyrie. Not only do we have Rondo, but we still have Beverly.
Then what are you going to do about Harden? Then what are you going to do about KD? It doesn't matter.
Kawhi and PG are the two of the top 5 best
You guys
wing
are talking
defenders in the
about-
NBA.
Playoff Pete. You guys are talking about the same person.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Playoff
look-
P was bad in the offense. We heard nothing about his defense.
Hypothetically, because because Mike likes to use the word hypothetically, I'm just gonna keep going off it. Okay.
No, because you like to say these one-liners and assume things about players that are not true. But it's fine.
Just relax. Okay. I know your feelings are hurt when I'm right, but when
Oh, wait, 1 second. You got again react. It's awesome, but
like let me finish.
I've
Let-
taken on
Hey,
I've taken on the biggest challenge in this to prove that the Nets are going to go and win a championship, and you
Mike-
guys come back with weak rebuttals.
Mike,
So I don't know.
Weak
Mike-
rebuttals.
David.
Okay, no. Pastor Brandon, I'm gonna let you go first.
All right, Mike.
Go ahead.
I'm going to grant you a journey to the NBA Finals. You guys can go 4-0 every round to NBA Finals. Let me explain this to you, okay? When it comes down to the final, whatever, we'll call it Game 7. I'm going to even give you Game 7 on my Clippers. I know you're.
I love you.
Hypotheticals, because that's the only way your team is even make it to this situation.
I love it. Watch all your hypotheticals not happen because there's such bad odds on them happening. It's ridiculous. It's like, what if Steph Curry goes to the finals and puts on 30 pounds and takes every shot?
If he wants to make a point, he just keeps going and he just talks so nobody.
No, I'm just disproving your point. It's fine.
No, I'm just telling you, I have Rajon Rondo and Patrick Beverley to switch off on Kyrie Irving all night long, and I have
Patrick Beverley is a defensive player, of course.
And then guess who? So with Patrick Beverley or Rajon Rondo on Kyrie, he's not getting any shots out. And guess who has to? It's literally becoming a competition between James Harden and Kevin Durant, who have always kind of really not gotten along since James Harden has upped his game. So that's just gonna fall apart. It's just gonna happen. Mike, just admit it. Your team is gonna fall apart. It's just gonna happen.
I think they have better odds than the Clippers, but it's okay.
We haven't even talked about depth here. Like, listen, yes,
they have.
Cool. I'm gonna talk about depth right now. They have Joe Harris. They have Joe Harris. Cool. They have Joe Harris.
Double-digit scorers. They have multiple rebounders on their team. They have veterans and guys like Jeff Green, and they have Joe Harris on that bench with other players too. They're even deeper than that.
Joe Harris, okay, he can shoot the three. That's it. Mm-hmm. That is it.
This man can't. I just wait. No. For Joe Harris. Yeah. That's
for Joe Harris. He can shoot the three. Sure. That's it. Nicholas Claxton can defend somewhat, and Blake Griffin. Man, I hate to use this word, but he has not been Blake Griffin. He's kind of bummy this year. Okay.
He's washed, but that's what a team is. A team has different pieces of the puzzle to support their
I know, but the three main pieces think that they're the only pieces on that team.
It's not true because they've been able to win 47 games in their first season while they've been injured. I don't know.
47 games in the first season while they've been injured, but that's 7 games that they haven't played together. That's 47 games where at least 40 of those games, 2 or 1 of the 3 guys have played.
Shouldn't that be a positive, though? Shouldn't that be a positive that these guys have been out and they've still been able to win?
But they haven't all been out at the same time, ever, like pretty much ever.
That's why you have 3 star players.
And that's why they have no chemistry, though. Because, like you just said, they've been out, okay? They haven't played that much together. They have no chemistry. They think they're the 3 main pieces on this team. They don't care about any depth. They want 40 minutes a game, and they all want the same amount of stats. They want a triple-double each. They want all this, and it's not going to happen. And they're going to be pissed when it doesn't happen, and that's going to create locker room sickness.
None of them get triple-doubles. Their usage rates can go down. KD proved that his usage rate can go down and still be effective. They can all touch the ball if they want, but yeah, they're not gonna argue on the court. It's never been shown. Show me a time when they've argued on the court with each other.
Arguing on the court isn't supposed to be shown, man. Players know that they're not supposed to argue
on the court. Off the court, it doesn't matter. If it's off the court, they still got 47 wins to show for it.
They haven't had anything to argue about because they barely played together.
It doesn't matter. They still win games. You said this before. And they still won games. I don't know.
Okay,
they're still second in the Eastern Conference.
They're second in the Eastern Conference.
By like a half a game.
Right now, no, they're second. Yeah. Okay, listen. Second. Yes, they won 47 games, and I'm going to keep saying this, but it's not all together, man. It's not all together. If it was all together, it would have been.
You think that's a negative? You think that's a negative? I think that's a positive.
You think it's a positive that the 3 best players have only played 7 games together? It's a positive? Yeah.
No, it's a positive that they've been able to win 47 games.
Of course, that's a positive.
Without their star players on the court, because they would be better if they had all their star players on the court. But still.
But they've always had a star player on the court, no matter what. Whether if it's been the 3 of them or not. But this time it is the 3 of them.
And they've proven they can still win games with or without these players.
Bro.
Right? No?
Chemistry and depth is what it comes to, and the best thing they have on their bench
those
is
those are words. Those are words. It's been proven that they can win, and I've rebutted every one of your remarks. I've
done the same, bro. I'm going to keep saying.
What do I have to prove?
James Harden did the same thing in Houston. Absolutely killed people all year long, and then just, of course, playoffs come, and James Harden falls.
James Harden's been out for most of the season, so that's not really a thing here.
It's still gonna happen. I'm telling you, it's still gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. I could say playoff B is gonna come back. I have no proof for that.
I got proof right here, Mike. Right here, redemption.
Bruh.
Redemption.
When did Jesus ever talk about basketball? Okay.
I'm not talking about just Jesus. I'm talking about the story of Jesus and what it does to my heart. To my heart.
Okay.
Me from the inside.
Why can't Harden get redemption for the years he's failed? Anyway, it's okay. Let's hear about David or Brandon.
Yeah,
I think I've done
David
well.
needs to go.
Yeah, let's hear David.
I took the log out of my eye so I could even have a mention to say the speck in your eye. So it's okay.
All right. Thank you for listening, folks.
All right.
Respects. Let's hear it.
All right,
David,
so
let's go.
my team, people are gonna hate. Okay.
Yep.
People are gonna be like, "Hey, David, that's outrageous. Why have you said this? You think Mike's is outrageous, David? Look who you have. I
defended my point.
I have chosen the Miami Heat to win the championship, and I've been standing by this since the day the season started.
True.
It's true.
Yeah.
Let me pull out my handy dandy notepad real quick, okay? I'm not gonna say a whole essay like I did last time because that's gonna get me nowhere. All right.
Make sure you get your
Okay.
your facts correct
Victor
now.
Oladipo is supposed to come back for the playoffs. First of all, okay, he's supposed to. So, for the sake of argument, I'm gonna say that he's in and out of games, and he's on limited restrictions. That's still making an impact because it's Victor friggin' Oladipo. Okay, so they'll have Victor Oladipo, Duncan Robinson, Trevor Ariza, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, Andre Iguodala, and Goran Dragic. That's 9 guys deep, and Jordan said it himself. You only need 7 for a playoff team. 70 for a playoff team. That's 9 guys deep, full of veterans and experience, especially in Andre Iguodala with that that championship DNA. Okay,
True.
There's that. Okay, Miami is the 5 seed, which is a great position for them. So I'm gonna just explain. I have them up against the Hawks in the first round, the 76ers in the second, and the Bucks in the ECF. Okay. My evidence against the Hawks is pretty much they're the Hawks, bro. You can't expect the Hawks to beat Miami.
Yeah, that's
Like it's
Yeah,
pretty
that's a-
valid.
that's
That's a
a
valid
write-off.
argument in itself. Okay, I have
Okay.
stuff
That's
written
a
down
right-
here, but
yeah.
I'm not even gonna bother.
All right.
Just give it. Yeah.
And I just don't like Trae Young just because, like, when I see him, I just don't like him. Like, is that just?
No, that's valid.
No,
That's
that's
pretty valid.
actually valid. That's actually valid. I look at Luka Doncic and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't like you, bro.
No, but I think
Yeah.
when Trae Young started putting the balls through people's legs, I was like, that's so like high school that
Yeah.
I think I just don't like him from that actually.
And people are like, oh my goodness, Trae Young just did that.
That's fair.
If they
That's
don't like
actually
it, guard it. If they don't like it, guard it. If they don't like it, guard it. Yeah.
They should have clotheslined him after he went by.
Jeez.
Why?
Listen, man. Look, the best thing the Hawks can do against Miami is get Trae Young to the free throw line, so he could drop 25 points from the free throw line alone, and that's it. Otherwise, their 2 best players are locked.
All right, Sixers and Bucks. Now those are
Those are good ones. Okay. 76ers would play the Wizards in the first round, so I'm obviously gonna have the 76ers here. Okay.
yeah.
They would be the most difficult matchup for Miami. They have an MVP candidate in Joel Embiid and Defensive Player of the Year candidate in what's the name? Ben Simmons. Both teams have better defense than offense. It's been proven. Okay, when they're all healthy. Okay. However, I'm still going to give this to Miami. Okay. Embiid and Bam would be one of the best matchups we'll see in the playoffs. Okay. I feel like it would be a 50-50 side, like battle. Because
Bam's undersized against the arguably the MVP.
okay, Bam's undersized, but he still moves like a guard. He can guard everywhere. He will, and he's strong. He's strong for an undersized guy. Undersized things, what are they called? Centers are taking over the league right now. Okay. And plus, if Bam has a good defensive game against Embiid one time, Embiid's just gonna be like, forget this. I don't want to do this because it's been proven. And I said it in our MVP debate, right here, right there. Okay. Embiid, if he's having a bad game, he gives up on his team. Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
There's that. Ben Simmons would be a big problem for Jimmy and Iguodala. But the best part of Ben Simmons' offense is arguably his passing. It's arguably the best part of his offense.
Oh, it is. It is.
And Iguodala and Jimmy Butler both get a steal a game. Jimmy's leading the league in steals right now. So that's just going to be a ton of turnovers. That's going to be discouragement for Ben Simmons. And that's going to be stolen fast break points for Miami. Okay, there's that. Ben versus Jimmy, Oladipo, or Iggy would still be a great matchup because they're all good defenders. Simmons is a good defender. He would arguably lock up those guys, but Miami still has the depth. And at the end of the day, which is what I'm going to say for the Bucks too, it's arguably gonna come down to their bench. Okay, Miami's are one of the deepest teams in the league and one of the deepest teams in the playoffs this year. All right, their bench will. Oh, come on, Pastor Brandon. We'll argue it later. Okay, listen.
You said Andre Iguodala like he's still 30 years old.
I said Andre Iguodala like he's an amazing court leader. He's arguably a floor. Like, come on.
Like
6 points a game.
He's played 20 minutes this whole season. Just want to throw that out there. By the way.
Oh, you searched that up. Okay, cool. He's gonna play playoff minutes. Don't worry. If Jordan can argue that Marc Gasol is gonna play some minutes, then I can argue that Andre Iguodala is gonna play some minutes. All right. Done. Now come down to their bench. Okay, they both have some great benches in the league, but Philly's bench is just inferior to Miami's. Okay, I listed all the players that they have in their bench in the beginning. It'll be extremely difficult if that's a head-to-head starting lineup battle, and then it comes down to the bench. It'll be extremely difficult for Philly to do that. I'm giving it to Miami in 7 games. 7 games.
Let's hear the Bucks.
Bucks, ECF. This is the easier matchup for Miami than the 76ers. 76ers is the most difficult one. Okay. The Bucks will beat the Knicks in the first round, and they'll beat the Celtics in the second round. Yes, I have the Celtics going beating the Nets in the first round, even though they're Jaylen Brownless. Okay, and I live by that, and I will die by that because I will never contradict myself again.
Okay. All
right. Okay, so don't forget when Miami gave the Bucks this work last year, and Miami's still the same team, and oh my goodness, wow, they got Drew Holiday. Like, it's just Drew Holiday. Like, come on.
He made 17 points per game, 5 assists, first team all defense.
Yes. First team all defense.
First team all defense.
Just that.
17-5-5 and first team all defense, Drew Holiday.
That's
it
nothing.
is Drew Holiday that is going to get locked, completely locked by Jimmy or Oladipo. Because those guys are 2 amazing defenders. Oh, come on. Drew Holiday. Okay.
You mean the Drew Holiday who cooked Damian Lillard?
I mean the Drew Holiday that cooked Damian Lillard is going to get locked by Jimmy Butler or Victor Oladipo or arguably
that's all personal. That's all.
Okay.
Right. Let me ask you a question here. Right, first.
Wait. That's all personal opinion, though. I mean, I think there are more people in this world that would say that's false.
It could be false, man, but Oladipo's proven to be an amazing defender. Jimmy's leading the league in steals and is an amazing defensive leader and normal defender as well. And Kendrick Nunn can hold his own. He's not as good as a defender as those two, though. And then Andre Iguodala is one of the best defenders. Was one of the best defenders. He's still amazing defensively. Now,
bring up Iguodala.
And I'm going to continue to bring up Iguodala. Why wouldn't I?
You sound like Max Kellerman right now.
I will gladly sound like Max Kellerman. At least I'm not Skip Bayless. Okay.
True. Okay.
Listen,
I'm just looking through the schedule here, and I'm just looking at Miami's wins are coming from the bottom end of the league.
Like, I have a rebuttal against that. Oh yes, I do.
Let's hear it.
I wrote down some rebuttals.
And hold on, wait. They're only beating the bottom of the league teams by 10 points at most. They're not destroying them by any means.
Again, valid.
Okay. They live in Florida. COVID restrictions have been giving them wreaking havoc upon them. That's 1. 2, all of their players, unlike the Nets, okay,
whoa.
They have not had a lot of time to play together. And the time they have played together is good prime time, amazing basketball. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have not played that many games without being somewhat injured. Okay. I have them written down here. Hold on. Let me get to them. I'll edit this part out. Okay. Okay. Ready? Listen.
No superstars.
Okay. Look. Okay. Tyler Hero messed up his foot this year twice. Victor Oladipo will be ready for the playoffs. That's it. But he was out the entire season. Iguodala had a hip injury. Jimmy Butler had an ankle injury earlier in the season. Bam had a couple games with a knee injury this year. Dragic has some back problems. That's 6 injuries. That's 6 of their arguable, really valuable players that they have missed. Okay? There's that. Okay? Now back to my Bucks points. Okay? So let me find it again because it's friggin' 3,000 words. Okay? So, Drew Holiday, in my opinion, gets locked up. I know he'll still provide defensively, but in my opinion, he gets locked up. Okay? Now down to Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
Another amazing matchup for Bam Adebayo. Okay? I feel like Bam Adebayo can take care of him on the perimeter due to him moving like a friggin' guard at 6'9", and then can also take care of him more on the perimeter and less in the paint because Giannis is just a massive human being. Like Giannis will still go out there and be a bucket. But man, Bam Adebayo is a DPOY candidate. Okay. He's not an MVP candidate like Giannis, but he's first team all defense. And you're putting that up against what's his name? Giannis, who has choked against somewhat similar defenders in Kawhi Leonard, who's a great perimeter defender and a great post defender. And guys like, who else did Giannis go against last year? Jeez. Oh, Jason Tatum, guys like this. All right. So I'm giving Bam the edge here. And once again, I'm putting it down to depth because the Bucks depth is okay, but it's just filled with old heads. Okay. Old veterans that are quite rather rusty. Okay. I'm using the same argument that you're using against Iguodala, but Iguodala has a championship DNA. They got Brook Lopez, who's old, and it's not much, man.
Okay, but hold on, because I'm just looking at every time,
and they beat the Clippers in the finals.
Every time Miami's played a playoff contender, it's gone back and forth. They do a 1-1. They always win one. They always lose one. And I feel like if you're going to make your way to the final outside of the bubble now, you need to be able to get 2 games in a row on a team. And I don't see Miami doing that on the 76ers. I don't see him doing that with the Bucks. I don't see him doing that on any other or them doing that with any other team. I feel like the bubble was the bubble of luck. Okay, it was the bubble of luck. Miami caught some fire. They got luck there, and they made their way to the finals like that. But I do not see it.
But they performed in that regular season too, and they're the exact same team as they were, literally the exact same team, and they're going to perform the same way because all their guys are healthy now, and they are prepared. They have gotten their rest. They have gotten their. They've literally went up in the seeding. They're going crazy towards the end of the season because everyone's back. Like that's what they're going to do in the playoffs.
The only chance Miami has to get to the finals even is if when the other teams get to Miami to play some games, they realize it's the only state that lets them go party, and they go party a little too hard the night before. That's the only chance they have.
Man, listen, I have stats here. Ready?
They'll get so emotionally, physically, mentally drained from going 1-on-1 against better teams that they will, if they reach the finals, which is a hard hypothetical to reach, they're going to fall to a better Western Conference, no matter who that is.
The stats here. The numbers do not lie. It is impossible for numbers to lie, okay? Defensively, they're 4th in points allowed, which is good, okay? They're 13th in rebounds allowed, which is good. They're 10th in steals per game. They're 2nd in field goals allowed. They're 1st in 3 points allowed. They're 4th in turnovers forced. They're 5th in opponents' field goal percentage, 13th in opponents' 3-point percentage, and are 7th overall in defensive rating. As for offense, the offense numbers aren't as pretty, purely because a lot of their big offensive guys. Yeah, Butler's been out. A lot of their big offensive guys have been out. Okay, so they are a measly 27th in points, 9th in assists, which is actually really good. 9th in assists, 18th in field goal percentage, 11th in free throw percentage, and 29th in offensive rating. Now I know what you're thinking; those aren't pretty, but like I just said, most offensive guys have gone out. Now to the Clippers, who I also have them beating. Okay, it's also going to be a tough matchup. Yes, I have the Clippers beating Portland and the Suns and the Jazz and stuff like that. Okay, all that's going to happen.
They won't even beat the Bucks though.
I'm not done. I provided evidence against Bucks. You can question me.
What evidence did you provide? You mean
you can question me. You can question me when I'm done.
You forgot Giannis missed game 5 and you only won by 9 points.
Okay, cool.
Game.
Giannis missed game 5.
Played 30 minutes. You also forgot
And how do we know that's not going to happen again, bro? Same coaching system, same coach, same player, same playbook, same all this. And how do we know that Giannis isn't going to play another 30 again?
David, why did you bring up Chris Middleton? Why didn't you bring up Chris
also
very
okay, cool. Want me to bring up Chris Middleton? Chris Middleton is also getting locked by Jimmy and them.
That's false. He averaged 26 last year.
Okay, he can average 26 again, but that didn't do anything for them, evidently.
And also,
and now they have Drew Holiday. That's another
what
thing
did
to think about.
Chris Middleton do?
That's another thing to think about. After Chris, that's another thing to think about is Drew Holiday. 17 points and will arguably cancel most of your offense, which is already pretty bad.
Come on.
Way better than Bledsoe. Bledsoe's the reason why they haven't been able to struggle.
The matchup would be Jimmy Butler versus Chris Middleton, and come on, I would rather I would bet my life savings that Jimmy Butler wins that matchup. Come on.
Who
now.
is Jimmy Butler locked up anyways? Like, he didn't lock up
Yeah.
LeBron. He
He doesn't have to.
He didn't lock up
Now-
Jason Tatum. He didn't lock up Chris Middleton. Like, I mean,
One of the biggest problems you have with Miami going is they're the same team that was last year. They haven't changed anything. It's much easier to game plan for Miami now that you know what they're going to do. The only thing you can expect is a little bit more health on their side, but that doesn't change the game plan they have. They have the exact same roster as last year.
The thing they've changed, which is correct, I got to agree with you on that one. They haven't changed much. But the thing they have changed is Oladipo. And although he may be on restricted minutes and limited timing, okay, he is a big piece to have for those maybe 30, 25 minutes he's going to play. He's a massive piece that he's going to have. He's an all-star, okay? He's a great defender when he's healthy. He's a great, not offender. He's great on offense when he's healthy. That's a huge piece. That's a star that you added to your team just there. And he gets
Oladipo's
to
going to
play
be happy with 30 minutes.
Show me something.
He's in a
All the
contract
people's going to
year.
understand, though. Giannis is going to be on the same.
year.
Giannis is going to be on the same 30 minutes a game, and that's going to do nothing for them. Now
I mean, you don't know that.
No,
Plus,
no, that's not true.
It's
Oh,
not
come
going
on,
to happen
really? It's
again.
not true.
It's not going to happen
It's
again.
not.
Like,
It's okay, cool.
Mike Budenholzer he's
Show me someone that's
He's-
come
hot
back.
take.
So
He
you're
can
telling me
learn
that
from
Mike
enough
Budenholzer,
mistakes.
Didn't see his mistakes last year from the previous 2-3 years where Giannis was playing 23, 27,
Giannis played a
25.
lot of minutes against the Raptors, though. I
Okay,
think
he
was
did
just,
play a lot of minutes against the Raptors, but
And
his
also
playoff average in minutes
got
that year
injured.
was like 34 max.
You
That's
forgot
not how
they've
much he
blown
did
out
play
teams.
playing Giannis.
They blew out teams in the first 2 rounds, so
Blew out teams in the first 2 rounds, but they
That
still
affects
didn't
their
play
minutes.
Giannis like that, bro. And they didn't
played
play
him
Giannis
in
like that
final-
against the
conference
Heat.
finals.
They didn't play Giannis like that against any of the other teams. If they're playing 30-minute, 35-minute Giannis against these Celtics, these Heat, they're going to capitalize and they're going to kill it. Now the Clippers.
Heat
okay?
were a one-trick pony, just a one-year wonder.
And I could argue the same thing for the Lakers.
That is what?
Whoa.
Tell me-
What?
Tell me-
Yes,
you're
I
not gonna
can
do
and I
that. You're not
will.
gonna do
Run
that.
it back. Run it back.
Oh, yeah, no,
No,
I'm telling you this right now.
That's nonsense.
Cool.
It's nonsense.
It's nonsense. But I
That's
said earlier
nonsense.
that's a Mickey Mouse championship. They could have been a product of the bubble too. They weren't injured in the bubble, but guess what? They were
Come on,
injured
you're
now.
comparing a team with AD and LeBron to a Jimmy Butler who's inconsistent in the playoffs. we're
Not a
not talking about that.
superstar. Not a superstar.
Scores 9 points multiple times in games.
Yeah.
This is your
that can't
man.
happen.
This is your man.
Yes, it is, my man. Pause.
Bubble luck. Bubble luck.
Bubble luck. Come on, man.
LeBron's
Come
won
on,
championships
man.
before. AD has
It is
has
bubble
played
luck.
like that before.
Bro, but prior to the
Butler-
bubble, these guys were the 4 seed. And they were amazing. They were amazing that regular season. They were busting
How far did they get, David?
Bottom.
How far did they get?
the finals. They got to the finals. What do you mean, how far did they get? They got to the finals.
injured Pacers team, injured Bucks,
Still
and they
W.
got lucky against the Celtics. So
Okay, lucky. They got lucky against the Celtics. That was an amazing Celtics team that they whooped. And they also won 2 games against the Lakers, which was highly unlikely, might I add.
Jimmy Butler's never played like that in his entire life before. So
Okay, cool. And how do we know we can't do it again?
because for the most of the playoffs, he was inconsistent.
Come on, man. And for the most of the season, LeBron was injured, but you think he's going to come back for the playoffs and be healthy?
LeBron has been proven.
Tyler Hero
Yeah,
was
it's
like
happened.
Tyler Hero was literally like the hero of Miami season, and he hasn't progressed this season.
He's
You
been
know,
injured. He's had injuries.
It doesn't matter. There's no
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Come on now. Anyways, the Clippers, okay? Clippers.
redemption. Call them redemption.
Okay, sorry.
Call them
Back
redemption.
to the redeemed Clippers, okay? The redeemed in the name of the Lord Clippers, okay? They lost some key depth this year. Key depth, okay? Shaman is gone, and now they just have Luke Kennard, who's okay on the he's pretty good 3-point shooter, okay? Trez is out, but they still have Ibaka, okay? And then they replaced Lou Will with Rondo, which is a pretty good plus, okay? But they don't really have anybody else besides that. And then you could argue Zubac, whatever, and Marcus Morris Sr., but that's about it. Please don't
No,
argue
come on.
Boogie.
You're
Don't
not-
argue
you're-
Boogie to me. Just wait. I'm not done. Don't argue Boogie to me, okay? He's gonna be on
Is he
minute
ever
restrictions.
Boogie Cousins? Like
I don't like Boogie Cousins, okay? And I like he's so irrelevant that I kind of forgot that he was on the team this year, okay? So we'll leave that, okay? And now they have playoff P and Kawhi Leonard. Okay, Kawhi Leonard is good, but how do we know that Paul George will come back and not be playoff P? Redemption,
That's
yes.
the same. That's the same thing. It's a 1 season thing.
the bubble. That's the same thing that happened with Miami. It's a one season thing.
It's a
And they will
one-season
go
thing.
back to
Paul
how
George
they
has
usually
not
should be
performed in the
performing.
playoffs for years.
Oh,
Hey,
whoa,
let's-
whoa, whoa.
He's played. He's done good,
whoa.
but he hasn't been amazing. He hasn't been all-star Paul George all the time in the playoffs.
Just relax here for a second, pal. Okay. When
Redemption.
No, yeah, exactly. Redemption is on its way.
Redemption.
Okay.
Redemption in the name of the Lord. The Miami Heat can't be redeemed from their injuries to win.
I have just one question about the Clippers
Lord is for
redemption.
everyone.
One
When the
Clippers about
Clippers-
Clippers redemption, bro. This doesn't make any sense. Every time when the big threes came back, they've always had leadership, right? For example, the Heat had leadership, Celtics had leadership,
do.
Lakers had leadership, the Raptors had leadership. Who is the leader on the Clippers? I'm very confused. Kawhi's not a leader. I mean, he proved that. Once Kawhi had to be a leader of a team, I'm very like mentally.
Facts.
And
Who's going to be the
was he
leader?
the leader on
Rajon
the
Rondo?
Spurs? Was he the leader of the Raptors? Nope. He was a leader on the Clippers, and you saw what happened, right? Is Paul George a leader?
What?
No.
No.
You're,
Right.
you're asking for like.
Kawhi
what do
Leonard's
you-
not a natural born leader.
I'm asking a question. Who's the
You
leader?
find-
Again, every team that's come back has needed a leader.
You
to
can't win
motivate
without
them.
a leader.
You don't have a leader.
The disciples could. No. I'm gonna go biblical here. The disciples
Go ahead.
couldn't do what they did without Jesus.
Mm.
Our sins wouldn't be forgiven without Jesus. And you want to talk redemption and all biblical on the Clippers? They need a leader. Jesus is the leader, and he leads us to heaven. We can't get to heaven except through him. And they can't get to the playoffs without a leader.
Okay, so let's just make sure we clarify this, because I don't want to hear anything great about Kawhi Leonard coming out of your mouth when you talk about the Raptors again.
Okay, listen.
I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear greatness when it comes to the Raptors. Come on now.
No,
I know
'cause-
listen, Kawhi Leonard went crazy with the Raptors, but I knew he wasn't the leader of that team.
who's shooting the
Kyle
shot.
Lowry was okay, cool. He's the best player on that team.
That's the leader. The best
No,
player.
it's
is the
not.
leader.
No, it's not. Kyle Lowry was the leader of that team, and it was evidence.
Unbelievable.
Come on, man.
Unbelievable.
Kyle Lowry was the leader of that team. Kawhi came and with his amazing.
If Kyle Lowry was the
Grant-
leader of that team, why couldn't he do it before Kawhi?
They would have done it without
Yeah,
Kawhi.
DeRozan.
Kawhi is-
DeRozan was supposed to be the leader of that team before that, and then when DeRozan left, Kyle Lowry's like, I'm gonna step up and be a leader. Which is what he did.
You just said it right there. You just said DeRozan was the leader of the team, and then DeRozan was replaced by Kawhi Leonard, and then all of a sudden they win. Doesn't that make him the leader?
It makes him better than DeRozan, greater than DeRozan, much better, much better than DeRozan. It's impact that he has on a team, yes, because the guys around him. But Kyle Lowry was the leader of that team. It's evident, man.
Guys,
Jordan. Who was the leader of that Raptors team? Jordan.
Kyle Lowry. That's not even a question.
It's a
But-
fact.
But David, I just reversed. You didn't use that logic when you just explained that. You said that DeMar DeRozan was the leader of the Raptors before he left,
Yes, and
and
he's
then
not
when
that
he-
good of a leader.
but you said he's the leader, and then so
DeMar
that means
DeRozan
that
was the leader, yes.
wasn't the leader. Kyle
No,
Lowry-
and then Kawhi assumed that role. Yeah, Kawhi.
No,
assumed
and then
that role took them to the championship.
Kawhi got okay. Let me explain.
Wait, DeMar DeRozan was
Brandon's
the
logic
leader.
kind of checks out there.
Come on.
DeMar DeRozan, in my opinion, okay, was attempting to lead that
before that.
team. Okay,
I'm
then he
not
got
even a
replaced by
Raptors fan, and I even know that doesn't make any sense.
then he got replaced by Kawhi Leonard, who didn't assume the leader's position. It got passed down to Kyle Lowry, which helped them out a lot. And then
So,
of course Kawhi Leonard came in with his greatness. Okay,
and
How was
guess
Kawhi a leader though? That's what
I'm not calling him a leader.
what?
Kawhi wasn't a leader in San
Are you guys
Antonio. Kawhi
insane?
wasn't a leader in LA.
That was Tim
Like-
Duncan. That I don't know who the new leader
Are
in
you
LA
fucking
is.
insane? Are you hear yourself talking? We're talking about Kawhi Leonard, who is one of the best players in the NBA right now, and you're telling me he's not the leader of a team?
Again, being leader is more than being the best player on the team. Come on now.
Mhm.
Come on.
Can you
You,
tell-
you know that.
Oh my gosh!
You know that.
That's so.
He
How
doesn't
do we
run the
determine this though? What
offense.
makes him? What makes
He
people?
doesn't
leader?
run the offense. He's not a guy who communicates a lot, right?
No,
He's not
the
the type of
leader-
guy to motivate you.
The
right?
leader is the person who takes the game over when they need to, and Kawhi does that. Kyle
0
Lowry
points in the
does not
fourth
do that.
quarter against the
Kawhi-
Nuggets. Okay.
You're telling me Kyle Lowry could take over the game whenever he wanted? No.
Yes.
He came and he caught a
Yes.
little-
No.
Oh.
No.
He has.
He
No.
showed up in the
has-
finals. He showed up in the finals.
He showed up in the finals. So did Kawhi. Yes, he did. Okay, but guess what? Kyle Lowry showed up in the finals too.
Kawhi's worst series, by the way. So
And
Oh my!
I forget
God.
what game this was. Let me look at our schedule real
How far
quick.
doesn't get shots off if Kawhi Leonard doesn't exist on this planet? Just
What?
want to let you know that.
That doesn't make any
Come on
sense.
now. What?
Kawhi's not a leader. He was a leader last year. We saw what happened.
The only reason any of the other Raptors had a good finals is because Kawhi Leonard took all the attention. Nobody cared about Gasol and Ibaka until they always had to have Kawhi covered. That doesn't make any sense. You guys are, if you're telling me that Kawhi is not a leader, that's just, it's clear that there's a Clippers jersey under that, or Clippers t-shirt under that jersey.
You keep
And
talking about play, more to leadership than playing, and he hasn't shown that aspect.
This is
not a leader.
This is an
And
argument.
and to testify to Kyle Lowry taking over. Go ahead.
This is a argument of descriptions of a leader. That's literally what it is. It doesn't matter. It matters where your team goes, and it matters if they win a championship.
And I just want to point
That's all
this
that
out.
matters.
I just want to point this out. Where are the Raptors right now without Kawhi? Where are they?
Where are they with COVID restrictions? Where are they with injuries? Where are they? You also forget that they lost Ibaka. You also forget that they lost Gasol. You also forget that they lost Rondae Hollis-Jefferson.
David, just tell me again where they are right now. I just want to know where they are.
They are out of the playoffs, and it is not just because Kawhi. Because if it was just because of Kawhi, they would have been out of the playoffs last year.
Thank you. They're out of the playoffs without their leader. Thank you.
They lost pieces too, and it
No.
was a difficult season.
Kawhi was this great leader he talks about, right? When he scored 0 points in the fourth quarter.
And to testify to
George
Lowry's
is-
leadership, hold on, Jordan, my bad. Testify
go
to Lowry's leadership. Lowry took over that Lakers game that one time, literally like last week it was. Took over and went crazy. That did it against the Magic once too, a couple times actually.
Jordan-
Against the
Jordan,
Bucks.
that's one.
Dropped like 30 on
Jordan, that's one season for that Clippers team. One season when it went wrong. Why can't that different set of circumstances be righted now?
They have no leadership. They have a worse coach, right?
Oh my gosh, we're still on this leadership thing. We just told you how great Kawhi Leonard is.
as a
Yeah, he
player,
could be
right?
great.
Again, there's a lot of great players who aren't leaders, though, right?
Guys,
That argument makes no sense right there.
guys, the Raptors do not have rings without Kawhi Leonard. It's
I'm
just,
not disproving that point, though. But he
but
wasn't the
why?
leader.
you don't know. How do you get to the finals without following the leader who took you there, who is Kawhi Leonard?
He wasn't the emotional leader on the team. He was the best player on the team. Those are different things.
Two different things. Two very different
Those are
things.
different things.
So all I need is a best player to win a championship, is what you're saying then, Jordan. So I have the best player on my team and I can win a championship now. Thank you.
What?
Thank you. You just said I don't need you just said that I just need I need one of the best players to make it to the finals. That's what I have in Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
If the Raptors were good with Kyle Lowry as a good emotional leader, they'd still be in the playoff run, but they're not.
That was
Raptors-
1 year.
Well,
1
you
year.
follow your
and
best
we're
player.
on
You follow
the
your best
Raptors.
player. You don't follow your emotional leader because they're not
right.
getting you to the finals.
All right. You have one top 5 player. I mean, your player's not even top 3 anyway. So you could nowhere near the best player in the world conversation. Nobody's ever said that before.
And
2 top 5 players on my team, one who's like 6th and one who's like 15th. Like, I mean,
Jordan,
one who chokes all the time. So
Anthony Davis literally has feet that are as fragile as icicles. Okay,
Mhm.
Like, we have no clue how long his feet and ankles are going to last him.
Same thing with LeBron this season.
still shows up in the playoffs. Still
I am
shows up in
very
the
against
playoffs.
Mike and his arguments all the time, but Mike is in the same boat as the Clippers right now. It's just one season and one time you're basing our teams off right now. You have no clue what is coming during playoffs time. I have no doubt that Clippers probably see the Nets in the finals, and then we have a whole new argument then. But your other Lakers and the Miami
Second
Heat-
round exit. Second.
No
round
matter where
exit.
this goes, no matter where this argument goes now, it's not going to result to anything. I say we end it here because this
I was
is
just about to do that.
spiraling. This
Lakers
I
is
was
and
going to
Sixers
do
spiraling.
that
against the
because you want to know
Clippers.
what? Listen,
That's baby
boys.
food, basement team. They don't even have
Listen.
home court advantage. That's
Hey,
just all I'm
hey,
saying.
I just
Fellas,
want
Listen to the podcast owner. Listen to the
The
man.
owner. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, preach.
I just want to say one thing. I just want to say one thing. I've been trying to claim that Jordan has a Clippers t-shirt underneath that Lakers jersey, and he hasn't.
Oh,
tried
do
to
we
prove
want
me
proof?
wrong.
Do we want proof?
He hasn't tried to prove me wrong once.
All right.
Stand
Putting
up
it
and
up.
reveal it.
Come on. My man tripping out here.
I actually
I'm
refuse to
tripping.
believe that Jordan has a Clippers jersey.
See, not a Lakers. Where's the
Oh,
Clippers at? Where's the Clippers at? Not
Okay,
here.
all right.
You
I was just saying he was a little hesitant there. I got a little worried.
Yo,
That
your
hurt.
team is the basement team. In a playoff series, the Lakers have home court advantage. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
you are-
boys.
That is one thing. Lakers.
All right.
Wrap it
All
up.
right.
Let's
Yo,
wrap
come on.
this.
Listen, we're wrapping it
up.
up, okay? Listen, everyone, we're all starting to repeat ourselves now, okay? It's an amazing episode. Okay? Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 40 and the 1-year anniversary of the podcast. Give it one more clap, please. Come on. Yes. 1 year we've been doing this, and that's 1 year. That's 365 days. Today and tomorrow is the posting day. The day you see this is the posting anniversary. That you guys have supported us.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for 72 subscribers. We need 28 more to reach our goal. We wanted 100 by the end of the year, and it's looking like we're going to get it in the summer. Make sure to share, like, and subscribe. Turn on the post notifications, because then you can see the rest of this series. Don't forget to vote on my story and in the comments. Make sure to, in the comments, you vote specifically. If you think me, Mike, Pastor Brandon, or Jordan won, then you comment our name. On my story, me, Mike, and Jordan are part of the release, and Pastor Brandon...
And
Pastor
brought the
Brandon
Bible.
is a part of Pastor Brennan, the PB organization. Okay, so make sure when you vote honestly, and vote if you watch the video only. Thank you very much.
Vote for the
Vote.
leader, guys. Vote for the leader.
Yeah. Okay. Vote for Kyle. Okay. Leader. You want to vote for the leader?
Best
Okay.
leader in the league.
Okay.
Best player in the league. Second best player. of all
Vote.
time.
Vote.
Remember
Yeah,
that.
guys. Vote for the leader. You know.
Remember that. Remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways, thank you guys
Peace.
so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great day, evening, night, wherever you stay at. Thank you to the people in Singapore, because we still love you. Don't worry. Even though we haven't mentioned you the past couple of times, we have not forgotten about you. And it's crazy that we're in Singapore.
Mhm.
I have no doubt
Hey.
that you guys know English. So guess what? Share it in Singapore. Share it all across Asia. Okay, get us we're worldwide, basically. We're Pitbull at this point. Okay, Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide, baby.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Thank you guys so much for
Love it.
watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Peace.
Peace.